Hi, first graders. The last time were together and we did a math lesson, a lot of us were talking about shapes and their attributes. So for today, I just want to review the shapes that we covered in class. Depending on which class you are in, maybe you haven't quite gotten to this yet, or maybe you're past it. But I want to do a review before we move on to the next lesson. So I want to start with squares. So we know that squares are closed shapes that have four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and four square corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. What makes squares special is that squares, all four sides are the same length. Squares are a kind of a rectangle. Now, rectangles, we know, are closed shapes. The closed shapes have four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and four square corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. For rectangles, the two opposite sides are the same length. So these two sides are the same length, and these two sides are the same length. Let's practice drawing squares and rectangles. So grab yourself a piece of paper. You can pause the video while you get that. Grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil or a marker, or if you have a whiteboard at home, grab that. And let's practice. So I'm going to draw a square, and I want you to draw a square at the same time. And you can make your square any size you want, but remember, it has to have four sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And those four sides have to be the same length for each one. And then, of course, four square corners. Now, like I talk about in my class, I never make a perfect square. I never make a perfect rectangle because I'm just not a machine, but I can get pretty close. So there's a square. This is also a square. Try another one. Try one that's smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four sides, four corners. I'm going to draw one more shape, and I want you to tell me whether it's a square or not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a square? Why not? If you were thinking, well, it does have four sides, but it's not a closed shape, you're absolutely right. So that makes this not a square. All right, let's practice drawing some rectangles. So let's draw one together. Remember, a rectangle has four sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and four square corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with a rectangle, the opposite sides are the same length. So this side and this side are the same length, and this side and this side are the same length. Draw another rectangle. Any kind you want. Check your rectangle. Does it have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners? Are they square corners? And are the opposite sides the same length? Great. I'm going to draw another rectangle. Is that a rectangle? Some of you might be saying, no, that's a square. But remember, squares are rectangles. They're just rectangles where all four of the sides are the same length. So let's test it out. Does it have four sides? Yes. Does it have four square corners? Yes. Are the opposite sides the same length? Yep. So that is a rectangle. Well, let's talk about triangles. Triangles are shapes that are a little bit different, right? I'm going to draw a triangle on here. many sides does that shape have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. It has 3 sides. How many corners does it have? 1, 2, 3. So triangle, the prefix tri means 3. So a triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. And sometimes with a triangle, you can have corners that are not square, but you can also have a triangle that has square corners. Look at this. Or a square corner. Only one of the corners is square. So here's a triangle with 1 square corner and 2 corners that aren't square, but it has 3 sides and 3 corners. I'm going to draw another shape. Is that a triangle? If you said no, why? If you're thinking like I am, I know that tri means 3, but this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So it is not a triangle. And of course, a triangle is a closed shape. So if I do a triangle like this, is that a triangle? Nope, because it's an open shape. The last shape that I want to talk to you about in this little review is this one. What shape is that? Yeah, it's a circle. Circles are really different. They don't have any straight sides. Circles have one continuous curved side, and they have no corners. So that's a circle. That's a circle. That's a circle, kind of. And there's another circle. And now I just made a guy that looks a little worried. If I draw a shape like this, it looks like it's starting to be a circle, but it's not a circle because it's not a closed shape. And of course, if I do this, that's not a circle because it's not one continuous closed shape. And it almost looks like it has corners on there. So these are not circles. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick review. I am going to attach right next to this video some quick review sheets on shapes that you can do. Shouldn't take you very long, just to get your brain going on math and to help you to remember the various names and attributes of shapes. Thank you.